My next guest is going to be back in action. A big fight coming up here. Andrew Valdina, Cage Titan 71, the main event, May 24th. And if you can't be there live, you can watch that one on Spectation Sports. Happy to be joined by Joe the Party. Joe, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing great here, man. Coming to you live from Orlando, Florida. Had a really good training camp, and I'm just relaxing now, getting all my stuff and all my medicals and blood work done before I leave.
Good stuff. First fight in Cage Titan since I think March of 2023. Tell me how this opportunity all came together. I know you were supposed to fight, I think, earlier this year, but how did that floodgate get open with you getting this opportunity?
Um, Me and Andrew, like he was offered on the table, and then I thought it was a good matchup to kind of like the old guard versus the new guard type situation, and after he got hurt the first time, I didn't know if I was gonna take the fight again, but everything just like worked out, and the universe took over, and it is what it is, and it's destiny, like he keeps saying. It's destiny for me to kick his ass, so it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I can tell. It's going to be a fun one. Why haven't we seen you in a bit? I know there's a bit of a layoff coming into this one.
From Cage Titans is a bit of a layoff, but I mean, my last fight's probably like a year ago or like March or something of 2024 for Karate Combat. I've just taken a lot of fights prior to that, like back to back with either broken hands and all types of crazy situations behind the scenes, and short notice fights versus guys who are in the UFC. And so I wanted to give my brain, and my body just a little bit of rest and actually get better and get my software geared up, and just elevate myself and technically just get a little bit better and kind of hit the refresher button. But I feel I'm better than ever. I'm a little bit more wise and a lot more. I've always had crazy experience, but I just think I can put it all together a lot better now, and I'm in a good place mentally. I'm in a really relaxed place. So that I think that's what's gonna show. I'm still gonna be exciting and crazy, but I have a lot of patience and relaxation I'm gonna put into this fight.
How do you feel like you match up against Andrew in this fight? Obviously, he's 6-0. How do you feel like your style jives with his?
Um, I don't know. I like Andrew's style. It's okay. I just think that he's not gonna be able to beat me in certain positions, and that's what I'm going out there to prove. I believe that Andrew's a great fighter, very promising. This is obviously his biggest test. He's going against his local promotions champion, and I've been tested against some of the best in the world, and I just don't think he's good enough. I think me at this age is still good enough to beat him, and I'm not saying I'm a little off or anything like that. I actually think I'm doing. I feel great, like I outrun the young guys in the room. I'm usually the guy with the most cardio in the room, besides maybe a couple few flyweights. Yeah, but besides that, um, like I said, I just think I'm better than him at every facet of the game. I think he has some really good qualities, but once push comes to shove and the rounds start going by, I feel like he's gonna fade. He's gonna start really strong, and I just think he's gonna fade in some way because I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna keep going and keep pressing the issue subtly until like I said, I think he'll break at some point.
How much will experience play into this? You got a lot more fights than he does. You mentioned the level of opposition you fought. How much will that be a factor in the title fight?
I think it's. I don't know how much. I think it's like everything all together. I think is gonna make it a exciting fight. Like I said, I think this is the new school versus the old school, and this is gonna show if he's ready to and belong, and if he belongs up here with like the best 135ers in the nation. He has a lot of talent, like I said, but I just don't think he has what it takes to beat me. I just don't see it happening. I think he's going to walk into some fire and he's not going to like it, and he's going to start making the wrong decisions, and when he starts making those wrong decisions, he's going to pay for them cuz I'm going to hang on him and beat on him as long as I can, you know what I mean? So I just hope he comes prepared, and Like I said, it's gonna be bombs away basically from the start, but I feel like he's gonna fall on something eventually, and it's gonna explode in his face.
Take me through camp a bit. Who've been some of the main training partners helping you get ready for this fight?
I'm fortunate enough to be at a training hub here in Central Florida called Fusion Excel. It's a little place in an area called Ocoee, Florida, which is kind of like 15 minutes away from Universal Studios. So we have a lot of people come in from South Florida and different places. I got to get some training in with different guys like who was it? Michael Johnson came in one time, so
Nice.
I got to play with him a couple times. He came down to visit from Sanford MMA. He came up with the wrestling coach Greg Jones. Um, I just get lots of training partners. I have a lot of undefeated champions in the room from local promotions here in Florida, from Combat Night and stuff like that, and guys that are in the UFC, like different look. I get different looks. Ramon Tavares comes in. I just got a lot of guys, and I think that's one of the biggest things that Andrew doesn't have. He might have, I feel like I don't know if he comes from wealth, but I could kind of smell it off of him. And I think he has all the opportunities and all the amenities at his disposal, where I kind of do everything on my own, and I've done everything the old school Rocky way. I've always done it. I run outside. I train outside by myself, literally by myself, and it's gonna show, when we come fight night that he's gonna break and he's gonna break easy. I just don't think he's technically gonna be there willing to stand with me long enough to take me down or do anything. And when that doesn't go his way, I think it's gonna be night night.
What about your corner? Who will be in the cage with you? Who's making the trip with you for this card?
The trip, I usually do a lot of solo stuff, bro. Like I'll fly to a city solo, and since I have so many friends, like especially in New England, I'll have guys like Jojo Giannetti and people like that corner me. The only problem now is that Valdina is really a freaking fan favorite, and I've called a lot of coaches, like Joe Luozon, which he's been training jujitsu with him for a long time. I try to call a couple guys, so it's been hard, but luckily enough, I got Ari going to fight with me, co-manning event with me, my homegirl, and she's bringing one of my best friends in MMA. His name is Mitchell Chamali. He's a local owner of his own promotion called Combat Night here in Florida, and he's fought for ONE FC. He's fought locally here a whole bunch. He's retired, but like I said, he has a wealth of knowledge. And we're also bringing another guy named Angel. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So we're bringing a couple friends. I'm bringing my girlfriend, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be business casual, and then the party will start as soon as the bell rings.
You kind of talked about it there. How do you see the fight playing out on May 24th?
I think it's gonna start off guns blazing from the minute. That's what I'm going for. I'm kicking down the door, and I'm expecting, like someone on the other side that's just trying to kill me. And when I kick down the door, I'm going in full throttle, and I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be smart and everything, but the pace and the viciousness and the technique and that's going to be let out on display is going to be amazing. Like I said, if anyone's ever watched any of my fights, I've been fight of the night basically since I started fighting every fight. It took me a while to kind of figure out my style, and now I kind of honed it down, and I feel great. Andrew's going to walk into some fire, and I feel like eventually he's gonna make certain mistakes and he's gonna pay for them, and that's all I can say. Like the fight can go many ways, but like I said, I think ultimately it's gonna be a really fun fight to watch, rounds 1 and 2. But as soon as he starts having anything that looks or smells like any type of weakness or fatigue, I'm gonna go jump on him. And even if that doesn't occur, I'm gonna impose my will on him, and I will be victorious and remain undefeated in New England. It'll be the sixth time and the fifth time I've ever defended a title and fought in a 5-round fight. So it's gonna happen. I think I'm undefeated actually. Coming to think about it, in all title fights all around that I fought for a few promotions. So I'm super confident. Can't wait. May 24th, Cage Titans live from Plymouth Memorial Hall. watch the party take down the gladiator. Get your stuff live from Spectation Sports. You'll love it. Yeah, so get some popcorn, grab a cold Coke, maybe a couple brewskis. You'll love it.